What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV podcast. I am Joel Friday. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show. It is Monday, and we back at it live on YouTube and on Instagram. Do me a favor, hit that like button, smack it, lay the smack down on like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we can get the subscribers and the followers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. Appreciate it. It is a talk show, so at any point during the show, you can call in and we can talk about whatever you want. Topics at hand, we can fight, we can fellowship, we can hug it out. Whatever you want to do, we can do it. All in the name of Jesus. So you do have that option by calling 888-775-3773. If for whatever reason you cannot call in, but you still have a question or comment, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV, or go directly to the YouTube live chat, hit the super chat button, send your question or comments there. I will read them live on air. All right. What's going on, YouTube? Snake Pit. Shout out to the mod squad. Holding it down. Shout out to the IG chat, the Lions Den. King Wesley said he's so sad about Sean leaving, and he knows that he's gonna keep in touch. We all share the sentiment, Wesley. King Wesley. We all feel the same. Amazing stuff. Shout out to the mods. Holding it down. Right on. So, interesting stuff happening. You guys know I gotta bring a word. So over the weekend, I was reminded of something that I talked about on a previous show. And you guys were like, Joel, no, stop. What's wrong with you? And everybody was doubting me. And then I started understanding it more and more and more. And what was that? What exactly did we talk about that you guys disagreed with me with? What? Shout out to Hassan, by the way. This is Hassan's shirt, Hassan's brand. On God. You know, I had to wear my Hassan on God shirt today. You can get this on Hassan's website. Something. Hassan something. You know what I mean? So you can do that. Ain't that cool? But what were we talking about? What were we talking about that you guys disagreed with me with? We were talking about embracing the dark side. You guys remember that? You guys remember? Embracing the dark side. All the Christians in the snake pit disagree with me and say that no, Christians shouldn't embrace the dark side, and that's not good, and don't do it. Right? And I still feel that way. I feel like Christians are losing because they don't embrace the dark side. But to give the benefit of the doubt to the folks that don't believe me, I think that people just may not understand what I mean exactly by it. So I have a perfect example that I want to show you guys today that if this doesn't do it, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? If this doesn't do it, I don't know what to tell you. Now, it's going to sound real nerdy, and it's going to be like, come on, Joel, this is your example. But if you listen and pay attention, the proof is in the pudding. Okay? So, but I had to use this example because it was the perfect example for me. Karen Williams says, I can't forget the video that you did not needing irons anymore, Joel. Oh yeah. I have a little short on my YouTube channel where I tell people about why do they use irons. That makes no sense to me. I haven't owned an iron in like 10 plus years. Why is your stuff that wrinkled? You know what it is? It's because you take your stuff out the washer and dryer and you leave it unfolded for weeks. That's why your stuff is so wrinkled. That's why you need an iron. If you hang your stuff up, when you wash it, no later than a day or two, then second day is wrinkled. Then when you hang it up, your clothes won't need to be ironed, folks. Anyway, controversial statement for another day. Hicks says, fair point. I'm telling you. Anyway, back to the topic. Embracing the dark side. Here's my example. Now, the reason why I said that Christians need to embrace the dark side, right, is because non-Christians, they don't live by rules or anything, right? They don't live by any of that stuff, which is why they always win. And Christians live by all these rules and morals that they won't cross, it won't break, and not because they can, it's because they're like controlled by their own morals and all these things, right? All these rules. They're stifled by the rules. So I was watching a movie, and great movie, legendary movie, which was The Dark Knight, Batman. Great movie. It's not just about superheroes, great story. So get that out your mind before you judging me. The Dark Knight. I've seen this movie probably like 6-7 times, maybe more. And every time I see it, it just better and better every time. It's like wine, right? So I was watching The Dark Knight, and it had every point that I was trying to make to you guys about embracing the dark side is the exact point. It was the weirdest thing. Every point that I was making, The Dark Knight explained every single point of the whole movie is about exactly what I was talking about. And I want to just give some little moments from it to prove my point. And you guys could watch the movie yourself to find out, right? Watch it yourself and you have your own interpretation. This is my opinion, my interpretation, and how I view it. So, in The Dark Knight, as you guys know, the most famous character is known as the Joker, right? And the Joker, let's see, is played by Heath Ledger, right? But this character was blown out of the park, like so greatly done. Recipes Heath Ledger. He's gone, he dead. But so perfectly done, right? But anyway, The Dark Knight, what is his character? His character is the Joker, right? The Joker in the movie has no rules. He lives by no code, no rules. So if you cross him, beware, right? He's gonna play dirty. He's not thinking about feelings. He's not thinking about fair. He's playing the game and he's gonna win, right? That's his thing. There's nothing that's keeping him from going all the way dark on him. And he ends up not defeating, but causing havoc on Gotham City, right? As you guys know the story. And the Joker, oh shoot, sorry guys. So he ends up causing havoc on Gotham City. And Gotham City Police Department can't stop the Joker, right? It's kind of like the police that, in America can't really stop the criminals, right? Why can't the police stop the Joker? Why can't the police always stop the criminals? Why? Because they have a code just like in Gotham City in the movie. They have a code that they live by that they will not break. So the Joker in this case, we'll call him the child of evil, right? We'll call him the child of evil. And Gotham City police are like the Christians, right? And they have rules and stuff that Christians live. Christians live by these rules and standards and morals and values that we uphold and we hold ourselves to, accountable to. And God forbid if we ever break those rules, what will happen to us, right? So, and when we do break them, we feel the pain, the guilt, the shame, we're no good, we're bad, all those things, right? So we're held up by these rules. And that's what Gotham City was, the police department. So they can't stop the Joker. Why? Because they have a line that they won't cross, and the Joker is way ahead of them, crossing the lines like, no, he don't even see the lines, right? And then there's the man, the man's man, the man of all men. Let me see if I can pull it up. The guy, the big boss, big baller, Batman, right? And you know what's so interesting about Batman is Batman's character, even in the movie, this was so crazy. Even in the movie, the people of Gotham, the city, right? They all hate Batman. Even though he's kicking butt, helping the city, helping people, they hate him. Why? Because they see him as a vigilante above the law, right? They see him as a vigilante. They're like, he don't even follow the law. He's not even a cop. He just does what he wants whenever he wants, and he thinks that he's special, right? The people hate him. He's protecting the people, but the people hate him, right? And why that's so deep to me, let me get back to the regular screen here. Why that's so deep to me is because, like, for one, that's how they did Jesus, right? The average believers back at the time didn't really understand Jesus, right? And even though he was helpful, even though he was bringing life, even though he was trying to save people, blah, 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 they hated him because they didn't understand him. They're like, this guy eats on the Sabbath, or he saves people on the Sabbath? That's breaking the law. But just like in the movie, Batman was saving folks, helping people. Now, when the Joker came, when all hell broke loose, the Joker came, and Joker was here breaking every rule, killing people, destroying the city. You know what I mean? Now, all of a sudden, they're like, where's Batman? We need Batman back. Where's Batman? I was just playing, right? I was just playing. And then now they all want to see Batman, but they hated him. They hated Batman until they needed him. And the point of all of this that I wanted to bring up is that the reason why Batman's character is so greatly told in this movie is because Batman embraced the dark side. Reason being, what I mean by that is that the police officers could not, they didn't have it in them to do what they had to do to catch the villain, right? And there's a part in the movie where one of Batman's workers, I'm spoiling the movie for you guys, sorry. If you ain't seen it by now, it's like 10 years old, and I'm sorry. But one of the Batman's workers, played by Morgan Freeman, Batman, made this system to where he can hack every single cell phone in the world, in the city of Gotham, right? And the guy who was working for Batman was like, this is illegal, right? I'm not gonna, I'll do this one last time for you, but But after this, I gotta resign. I can't do this. This is wrong, right? But so his morals and values were in the way. But Batman's like, listen, I gotta do this. This is what I gotta do, and I'm willing to cross that line in order to get the Joker. I gotta play the dirty game to get the Joker, right? And that's how everybody viewed him, right? All his staff, Batman staff, were like, how far are you willing to go in order to defeat the Joker? Is it that important? Is it worth losing your soul? But, these people just couldn't see, they didn't understand. But Batman knew that Bruce Wayne knew that it wasn't him selling his soul. And he also knew that it was the right thing to do. And his butler, what was his name? What was Butler's name again? Jeffrey, not Jeffrey. That's for Fresh Prince. Alfred. Thank you, Nick. Alfred was like, sometimes when you do the right, Alfred knew what's up. Alfred knew. Alfred was like, sometimes when you do the right thing, you're going to be hated by everybody. And Bruce Wayne, Batman knew, like, this is what I got to do. I got to do it. And he let go of them little morals and values, and he let go of those little lines, cross the lines, because here's the thing, the lines don't exist. Here's the thing. And this is where Christians and people lose. This is where we lose, is because we put false power on these lines. Now, it's not saying to go and be reckless about it, but when you believe in God and you understand that that God doesn't operate out of right and wrong or anything, right? He operates out of love. What is love guiding you to do in the moment, right? Not by these rules, not by these guidelines, not by these things, by the moment. What does the moment call for? And because, back to what I was saying, is that there's no line. The line doesn't exist. And the reason why Christians and conservatives and all these stuff lose is because they have an imaginary line that they're following, which they really don't even, the heart is not really about that life. But they have the imaginary rule that they're following, and then people on the left don't have a rule, and they live freely. Secular world, they live and do what they want. And, but Batman, like I said, doesn't mean to live freely and be reckless. No, because when you know in your heart, like even Batman still knew. It feels weird saying Batman so many times. Like I'm like, like a nerd, teenage nerd. But it's making a point, right? So, but he knew in the movie that he was crossing the line for one that doesn't exist, but he also knew that God was still there. God was still involved. It wasn't selling his soul. He wasn't becoming evil. It wasn't about that. It was still of God, and it was still God-led, right? But it was still embracing the dark side. What is the movie called? The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight. Not the White Knight. Because the White Knight in the movie that everybody thought was their hero, which was Harvey Dent, he was the White Knight. The people love Harvey. People loved him. Why? Because in physical form, he would move exactly how the people wanted him to move. And he was the people's hero, right? But towards the end of the movie, guess what? What happened to Harvey Dent? The Joker pushed him so far. I'm spoiling the movie, sorry. Joker pushed him so far that it broke his spirit. Right? The man that was holy, the man that was the Christian, the man that followed the rules, broke his spirit. But the one that everybody hates, the Dark Knight, the one that embraces the dark side, but still God is with him, his spirit is still intact. He's not overreacting. He doesn't have hate in his heart. He doesn't have anger in his heart. But he's still embracing the dark side. And that's why the Joker was defeated in this movie by Batman. Because Batman was willing to do what most people won't do. And the real Christians, and I'm not saying like fake Christians are the ones who have morals and values, because it doesn't mean that it's not real or you don't believe in God or your intentions are in the right place. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anybody's a phony. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that like the ones that are really getting to know themselves and getting to know God, they start to see that, listen, these imaginary lines ain't doing it. And the people on the left and the people in the world, even though all people can't help themselves, right? But still, there's limit there. They'll go the distance, and that's why they win. That's why they win. That's why Drake beat Kendrick, even though everybody think Kendrick won. Lord have mercy. That's why Drake beat Kendrick, because Drake is diabolical. But Kendrick was like, please forgive me for going to war with Drake, but I have to, God. You know what I mean? So, obviously, don't do anything out of anger or hatred in your heart. That's not the message. You want to be free of anger and hatred in your heart, right? That's not your tactic. That's the Joker's tactic. He uses anger and hatred. That's why he's out of control. That's why he goes blind. That's why he can't see. But you can still embrace the dark side from the light. So, you guys don't believe me? Check out Christopher Nolan's interpretation of Batman: The Dark Knight. And then it's all in there. It's all right there. Clear as day. And that's how I felt about it. But I have some super chats. I'm going to get to super chats, and then you guys can call in 888-775-3773. Let me know what you guys think about that. The hero we needed, not the one we wanted. There were so many deep points to that movie that it was so insane. There's so many deep points to that movie that I'm not going to get to all of them because I won't completely spoil it. I mean, the movie's already cooked. I spoiled the whole thing. It's done. But I don't want to completely spoil it. So many great points in there. And at the end of the day, even though he knew he was doing the right thing, he still Batman embraced the fact that, listen, I know they're all gonna hate me. I'm not gonna be loved. I'm not gonna be looked at as a hero. I'm still gonna be looked at as a villain, but I'm still gonna do what's right by the people. It was respectable. So, and love doesn't mean being reckless. That's not what love is. Love is being guided by. Love doesn't. I know this sounds crazy. Maybe so. Maybe Joel Friday crazy. Joel Friday out of his mind, and he need to be in the loony bin with the Joker. But love isn't determined based off of right and wrong. And I feel like that's the setup. It's just being led in the moment. And when you're led in the moment, love guides you in all things. Just like in the Bible, the law was not to heal on the Sabbath. That was the law. So all not the Christians, but the Pharisees around were looking at Jesus like, look at this, a demon. He's a demon. He breaks the law. How would any child of God, son of God, break the law? If he was the son of God, he wouldn't break the law, right? But love in that moment led Jesus to do what? To heal on the Sabbath, break the law. Because we're not subject to the law. We've overcome the law. We're above the law. The law is subject to us. But you got to be led by love, though, right? You don't want to just go around breaking laws. You got to be led by love. So, anyway, let me see what you guys seeing here. Carver531 says, need Joel reacts to movie shows. Watch a long thing. I don't know what this means, Carver, but I appreciate the super chat. Need Joel reacts to movies show. Watch a long thing. Snake Pit, why'd you guys let Carver type this? Why did you not correct this YouTube chat? I'm just playing. Thank you, Carver. I just don't know what you mean by that, but I appreciate it. Steve Tracy says, Joel embracing the dark side and spoiling the movie. That's right. I appreciate that, Steve. Such a great movie. Lord have mercy. And I'm not even really into like superhero movies like that, but Dark Knight just did it for me. Marcus Leonard, figured I'd give you a little love. Hope you do these kinds of movie reviews / insights more and more. Nice. I appreciate it, Marcus. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, people think that I go out and I'm partying, I'm at the club. I'm honestly at home watching movies. It's not a game. It's not a joke. I'm watching movies and shows. When I have downtime, when I'm not working, I'm watching movies and shows. I enjoy it. But I enjoy good movies, legit movies that are good. You know, so why not? Let me get to buy me a coffee really quick here, and then I'll get to some calls. I see some calls coming in here. 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. Okay. Fletch bought 5 donuts. Right on, Fletch. I appreciate it. First time ever given to any YouTuber. Nice. Thanks for all you guys do at Bond. I love you all. I appreciate that, Flex. And I appreciate being the first one. Took your donation. Oh, no, I can't say that. It's about to get X-rated. Thank you, Fletch. Superman's daddy bought a donut. Joel, you really been on fire lately. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Much love, Superman's daddy. Great name. Okay, hold on. Surge with wisdom on YouTube. Oh, Surge. Never mind. I don't want docs. Surge bought 5 donuts. It says, I live by family is business, love is law. What do you think about that, Joel? I live by family is business, love is law. I don't quite understand what you mean by family is business. I'm not sure. You'd have to explain a little bit more what you mean by family is business. But as far as love, what'd you say about love being law? Love is law. Oh, as far as love being law, I don't know. I don't see love as law, right? I think that the mistake that we make, and this is just my opinion, I could be wrong. I think that the mistake that we make as people is making things so concrete. I don't think that God is like concrete in that way. And what I mean by is like that everything always means the same at all times for every situation. I think love itself has its own like understanding and insight, and it changes. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I believe. And I feel like if we hold on to things that were right yesterday, they may be wrong today. And I don't think there should be, we should overcome the law, meaning like not be subject to it, right? But live with insight and understanding and being led, right? And every day is a new day. Every moment is a new moment. And love kind of guides us through that as we get to know ourselves and as we recognize what love is and the spirit within and blah, 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 blah. So I just don't, I'm not liking the idea of law, because law has jacked me up my whole life. Law jacked me up. Law has jacked me up. And I'm tired of being jacked up. So bye-bye law. But I appreciate that. Surge wisdom. Okay, let me get to a call. Let's see here. Let's go to Vane. Not Bane, but Vane out of New Mexico. Vane, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
It's not Bane, it's Bane.
Bane with the B?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Is it Bane with a B?
With a B as in boy.
Oh, Bane. So it was Bane.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So we have Bane on the line. Did you know that I'm Batman, Bane. Did you know that I beat you up?
That is not true.
That is so very true, and you need to.
You think darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark.
Ooh.
I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then, it was nothing to me but blinding.
This is the real deal on the phone right here, guys. But he still, it doesn't matter if he's real or not. He still got beat. So, how's it going, Bane? What you got to say today?
You know, I was just wondering. I think you recall that clip when you took to Instagram and you said, "Hey guys, I was at a party, but I didn't drink nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't touch nothing and smoke and drink, but I feel like I'm drunk."
Right.
Or I'm hungover. You know, Jarrell, I think out of some misplaced sense of guilt, I think you did drink something, but you were having some type of feeling about it, and you wanted to just clear your mind on Instagram, right?
Oh, wait, so you're saying that when I was feeling what I was feeling yesterday when I posted that clip, I was a little bit hungover and drunk, but I pretended that I didn't drink, but still went on Instagram, even though I really did drink, to pretend I didn't drink.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, that's what you think that happened. Who told you that?
So, how long have you been sober?
I'm not like sober. Like I never ever have a drink, or if I do, if I want to, I do. If I don't, I don't. But I typically don't, just because, it's just not always fun for me. It doesn't always turn out to be fun, but I don't resist it. I don't like tell myself not to do it or I'm gonna die or go to hell or nothing like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I love that line from Batman. I think that's the greatest line that was ever said. The best quote that was said in that movie
Which
with
one?
Bane.
Oh, the one
was
that you
when-
said?
Yeah, I love that quote. I think it's although that movie did suck. It
Yeah, I
didn't
know.
suck, but it did suck a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It wasn't
But-
one of the better ones.
No, but they did a really good job in Bane. Tom Hardy really pulled together. I think he's the reason why that movie was so good.
I agree. Yeah, it just wasn't the same. Dark Knight, there was something special about the Dark Knight one. But yeah, Bane, I love that line that you started off with. That was like iconic line that everybody knows and remembers. But yeah, the whole movie itself, I agree. It's kind of, it was okay. It was not bad. It was not the greatest, but it was like, it was okay.
Yeah, Tom Hardy, he has like I think he's British, or I want to say he's British, but he tries to do the English, the English accent in most of his movies, but I don't think people know that Tom Hardy, he's not American. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've seen some interviews of him. I'm a fan of Tom. I think he's a great actor, but yeah, he's not from America. Where is he from though? Do you know where he's from exactly?
I don't know. I watched an interview a long time ago, and he was talking in his native accent, and it just same thing with Christian Bale. He's
Let me see where he's from. What's his name again? Tom Hardy. Let me see. Yeah, Christian Bale as well. He's not from America either. You're right about that. Tom Hardy. Let's see where Tom Hardy's from. I don't know. Yeah, Christian Bale also has an accent. I don't know where his accent is from exactly.
Yeah, it's been a long time since. England.
Tom Hardy, he's English actor. So he's I guess from England. And what's the other guy's name?
Tom Hardy?
No, the Christian Bale. Christian Bale. And let's see where he's from. Both great actors. Both incredible actors.
Definitely.
Let me see where he's from. I don't know where his accent, but he definitely has an accent. Let's see. He is English as well. They're both from, I guess, England somewhere. Oh, United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. Okay.
Yeah, great actors.
Well, thanks for clearing that up, Jarrell.
Yeah, I appreciate the call. Bane.
Hey, you know who this is? Do you know who this really is without me telling you my real name?
Have you called him before?
Yeah, but it's been a long time.
I don't recognize the voice.
No. Okay, well, how about this? Can you transfer me back to Sean, and then I'll tell Sean my real name, then they can type it in the notes.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I appreciate the call, man.
All right, thanks, bro. Have a good one.
All right, you as well. Nice. JB Live says it's Zenny. It's not Zenny. Somebody on in the Lions Den on IG says, "Be present and don't hate is the law." I agree. The hero we needed, not the one we wanted. Yeah, that's the line from the movie. Thank you, Drew. The hero we needed, not the one we wanted. There's so many parts. There's a part on the end I want to tell you guys so bad that has to do with that line, but I'm not going to. But the hero we needed, not the one we wanted. So good. Someone says, Drew says, Donald Trump is the Dark Knight. Let's go. Amazing stuff. Terry says, I was watching it like, no freaking way. Have you seen the movie, Terry? It's amazing. Yeah, the British. Bane was ridiculous. He's on a respirator, but he's kicking all this butt. Makes no sense. Right. The man can't breathe, but he's kicking everybody up, beating everybody up. I agree, Terry. Amazing stuff. Carver says, Joel should review a movie every Friday. Call it He Black at the movie. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be kind of fun to do. Review just for like 30 minutes or so. Review a movie that I watch, because I watch enough throughout the week to have one to review at least once a week. You know what I mean? So, but I would be spoiling a lot of movies. I don't know if people want that. That's why man complaining. Nice. You can call in 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773. Appreciate it, Sean. Sean said he couldn't, he wrote down, the caller said Bane, but he wrote Vane because he's deaf and retarded. Sean said he himself, not the caller. Appreciate it. Okay, let me get to this other story while I have a little bit of time here. Lines are open, 888-775-3773, if you guys want to get in there. But let me get to this other story about P. Diddy. I got a little time here. I'll breeze through it. Make believe can't make sense. Make believe can't make sense, says Stephen Will. It is a fictional movie, but it has some truth in there. It has some truth in there. So, as you guys know about P. Diddy, I'll keep this light, you know. As you guys know about P. Diddy's in the news right now. Man, we live in a crazy time because I'm not saying that P. Diddy didn't do things that is deserving, because I think that we also get what we deserve in life. And we're also blessed with things we don't deserve as well. So, you know, I'm not saying that P. Diddy is innocent. But I think it's so funny how, like, we as human beings love to slander people. We love to talk about people. We love to bring people down, even if we don't know the full story. We just love to have drama out the tip of our tongue. And I'm just looking about how P. Diddy's cooked. It's done for him. It's done. Because he's been accused of all of these allegations, sexual abuse, physical abuse, like some kind of other dirty stuff that he's being accused of, right? And it's still in the courts. It's still under investigation. Nothing has been proven. But simply because this video has leaked, and it's so, like, strategic. This is not no accident. This is done intentionally by somebody, right? Because that video was leaked of him beating, and I'm making it worse by saying beating, by him, like, physically assaulting his ex-girlfriend. Because that video dropped, he's done for. Because all the people in their minds, that's all they need to believe. He automatically is made out to be the villain because he's the aggressor in the video. And on top of, it's like proof that's not proof for people. You know what I mean? And we live in a time where there's such a thing as mob justice, right? to where if enough people scream loud enough, it might convince the minds of the court. Now, I can't say that that's a fact. I can't say that that's true completely, but that's just what I believe. That's my conspiracy theory. And whoever dropped that video knew what they were doing. And they knew that if they can just make him look bad, then all the other things, they must be true. And I think that that's not fair. That's not justice. Let it go to court before anybody really has a crazy type of opinion. So, you know, I'm not even going to play the clip. But they beat him up in the court. I mean, in the court. What am I talking about? I'm distracted. They don't know what exactly led up to that situation. And like I said, I don't know if Diddy's innocent or guilty. I know that the industry is a messy place. I know that people who are lost in the world and are into like money and fame and all those things, you can get lost in it and end up doing crazy things. So I'm not doubting it. Trust me, I ain't doubting it. But let's be fair about it. You know what I mean? Because his girlfriend at the time, Cassie, is an adult. She's adult. She's a grown adult, right? And I don't know what time they started dating, what was the timeline, how old she was when they started dating, but regardless, in that video, she's over 18, from what we know. But she looks older than 18. And I believe she is because when the video dropped, according to the news source, that it was at a certain time and she was over 18 at the time. So we don't know what led up to that. And yeah, did it look kind of brutal? Yeah. It kind of looked kind of brutal, right? He just like beat her and then she's on the floor and then he kicks her, right? It looks kind of brutal, right? And one can say, well, even if she did something that was so horrendous, does it give him the right as a man to do that, right? And I can understand that sentiment. I can understand that. And I can also agree that it looks weird. It looks off. It doesn't look normal. But we still can't have an opinion, even though we do. But we still shouldn't judge it, is what I'm saying. You still shouldn't judge the situation automatically as wrong. Of course, we have our opinions. That's fine. But we shouldn't write it off because we don't know what happens. And you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And nobody at all is calling out Cassie. Why was she around Diddy for so long? Why was she involved in his life? Why was she at the hotel at the time? Why was she with him? So she had no idea he was this aggressive type of guy, and she just so happened to just be surprised no, she knew who he was. But maybe she wanted something as well. Maybe she was doing something behind the scenes. Maybe psychologically she got underneath his skin. You know, there's so many things that can happen that, of course, mainstream media and even people in general are not going to look at both sides, period. Because human nature wants to be a victim, for one, and it wants someone to point the finger at. So I think it's a little unfair. It's a little unfair for people today in general, but we get what we deserve. So, you know what I mean? He has to go through this for whatever reason, innocent or guilty. That's his thing to go through. And nobody should be feeling bad like, oh, poor Diddy and blah, 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 blah. Right? That's what he's got to go through. That's his life. But I just thought it was just kind of a interesting, an interesting story. And then he apologized. Lord have mercy. Tabitha says, hasn't she already settled with him? I'm not sure, Tabitha. Hasn't she already settled with him? I'm not sure. But I know that there's still an ongoing investigation involving their relationship. Poor Meek Mills. Doctober Berber says, are you stoned? I might be. I did have a donut this morning. And it had a lot of sugar in it. It was maple bar. Oh, and donut holes with it. Oh, and orange juice. So I could be on a sugar high. It's very possible. It's very, very, very possible. Other side says, they all wicked. Stop taking sides, Joel. Either they're all wicked or they're all good. Which one are they? Either we're all wicked or we're all good. Ha ha ha. That's my biblical question. But I got to end right now, but I'm going to say this last thing. Jarrell rushing like a mug. A real donut. A real donut, right, Chris? A real donut, not a super chat. A real donut. Hake laced the donut, says Kel Samogi. I wouldn't be surprised. Hake laced it up. I'm just playing. Tabitha. The beef sugar high is the best. Diddy did an apology. And I understand it, but at the end of the day, nobody really cares about Diddy, what Diddy's going through. He's just something to talk about. He's just something to slander. He's just somebody to hate. No one really cares about Diddy's situation, right? And for the ladies as well, the ladies want to be able to point, the angry ladies, right? The angry ladies are happy to be able to point at a man and say, look, find another abuser, get him. Like, ladies love to do that. And the men love to feel better about themselves. See, I would never do that. That's all it is, all act. And then him apologizing is him just trying to save face. He ain't really sorry. He ain't really sorry. And if he is, then he doesn't need to, he don't owe nobody an apology. Maybe the people, let's say that maybe he did do things too, he can apologize to them, right? You know, like I was out of line, blah, blah, blah. But he don't owe the public apology, but he's just trying to save face. The lawyers are involved. The lawyers will say, go on there and apologize, clear your name. And I understand why. You don't want to go to jail for 300 years. Like they convict everybody, all the men. You know what I mean? You don't want to go to jail for 300 years. So I can understand why he's apologizing, but it's all just, you know, a play. What a mess. I totally got to end. So out of time. American Anchor Baby is coming in for an amazing show. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you guys tune in. Listen, Joel Friday TV across the board. Follow me on all platforms. I'm on X. I'm on IG. I'm on YouTube. Follow me across the board. Shout out to the IG chat, the YouTube chat. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate the calls. I got to go. I will be back here tomorrow to give you guys some more mess. Until next time, y'all, have a good day. Bye.
We have been rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man for the last 27 years. And we tutor counsel. We have a home for young men. We have a